What's up, everybody? Ron P here with some value picks for NBA main slate, DraftKings. We have 4 games on the slate tonight. What I try to do is give you players under 6K who I think can provide great value to your lineups. I like these players to be able to get over 25 fantasy points, preferably over 30, but some nights I just cannot find that value when these players are going to get 30 fantasy points. So I'll give you 5 players at no particular position. You can get all my plays over on Patreon. These plays are posted about 2 hours before lock. But I'm just going to give you 5 of the picks right now. Let's get right into it. The first player I'm looking at tonight is Devonta Graham for New Orleans. He's 5,600 on DraftKings with a projection of 30, has a minute projection of 31, usage projection of 24%, a projection of ownership of between 13 and 16%. And he gives us 0.83 fantasy points per minute. He's playing Indiana tonight. In his last 3, he's given us 21 fantasy points over 28 minutes, 28 over 33 minutes, and 21 over 28. I think he gets us to 30 tonight. I like him. You can use him at your point guard position. The second player I'm looking at tonight is Joe Ingles for Utah versus Phoenix. He's 5,000 on DraftKings, got a projection of 27 for the night, minute projection of 27, usage projection 24, projection ownership is 13 to 16%. He gives us 0.59 fantasy points per minute. That's a little low. Don't like that too much. But, if he can get us up around 30 minutes, which I think he can do, he'll give us our projected 27 fantasy points for the night. Over his last 3, he's given us 21 fantasy points over 33 minutes, 18 over 32, 28 over 31. So Ingles is someone to look at. You can use him at your shooting guard or small forward position for the night. The third player I'm looking at is Cameron Johnson, maybe one of the best value picks on the slate for the night. He plays for Phoenix. He's 3,900 on DraftKings with a projection of 27, minute projection 32, usage projection 17, projection ownership between 13 and 16%, and he gives us 0.88 fantasy points per minute. He's given us 15 fantasy points over 25 minutes, 20 over 20, and 11 over 20 in his last 3. Has a pretty good matchup, I think, against Utah. I really like his minute projection. If he gets us the minutes, I think he gets us very close to 30 fantasy points for the night. Next player I'm looking at is Lucas Dort for OKC. He's 5,200 on DraftKings. His projection for the night is 27. He has a minute projection of 30, usage projection of 23, projection ownership between 13 and 16%. He gives us 0.76 fantasy points per minute. Me and Mr. Dort has had our issues this year. It seems like whenever I have him as a value pick, he doesn't come through. So I do like his projection usage of 23. I do like his minute projection of 30. I really like those 2 things about him tonight. Against a Chicago team that is not that great defensively, and they have a lot of injuries on their team right now. So Dort is someone I'm looking at for small forward or power forward. He can be used at both of those positions on DraftKings. And the last player I'm looking at is Herbert Jones, another great pick, I think, for the night. He plays for New Orleans, and he's 4,700 on DraftKings. His projection for the night is 24, minute projection of 33, usage projection 15. He has a projection ownership between 13 and 16 for the night, and he gives us 0.84 fantasy points per minute. In his last 3 games, he's given us 27 fantasy points over 37 minutes, 23 over 34, and 23 over 28. Really do like his high minute projection of 33. If he gets that, he'll definitely get us to 24, hopefully more, against a defense that is beat up on the front line. So those are 5 players that I like for the night. Again, you can get all of my picks over on Patreon. Just go to Patreon, Like I say, I will post all my value picks about 2 hours before lock each day. So let's do a little brief recap here. I like Devonta Graham, point guard, New Orleans. I like Joe Ingles. You can use him at the shooting guard or small forward position for Utah. I like Cameron Johnson. You use him at small forward, power forward for Phoenix. I like Lucas Dort, OKC. You can also use him at the small forward or power forward. And I like Herbert Jones, who you can use at power forward or center. Hey, those are 5 of my picks for tonight. If my picks help you, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. That would be greatly appreciated. Until the next video, peace.